having paper and I'm having paper. How you go big on big? If you having neighbors and I'm having acres, how you go big on big? If I got the Draco when you got the seed, how you go big on big? If I'm jumping that gas, you jumping that me, how you go big on big? If I pull up. Good morning, you know who it is. It's your boy back once again. Your boy Tay Wiz, keeping you up on the latest scores and NBA stats around the NBA League for the 2017 NBA playoffs. We had 3 games that was on last night. The first game that we seen was a nice thriller. The Milwaukee Bucks playing the Toronto Raptors. We know the Milwaukee Bucks stole game 1 from the Raptors a couple days ago. Now last night, it was it was to me. I'm not gonna say instant classic, but it was one of them games that you know was gonna come down to the wire because both teams wanted to win game 2. If Milwaukee went up 2 games to 0, heading back home to Milwaukee, that'd have been ugly. Then you can't be going. Then the Raptors can't be going to Milwaukee down 0-2, so they had to win game 2 on their floor. First, we're gonna start with the Milwaukee Bucks. Chris Middleton had 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He played a great game, but the one guy that we know every night for the Milwaukee Bucks is going to bring it, freak the Greek, Giannis Antetokounmpo. 24 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, 2 blocks. And he was 9 for 24 from the field. He had a bad shooting night. We know the other night he was like 13 for 18. So you know they had to take away something from him last night. So he wasn't getting to the hole as much, but he was still finding his way, you know, going to the cup. But they eliminated him taking some of the shots that he liked to take, mostly dunks. But he's one of them guys you do have to game plan for. If you don't game plan for Giannis Antetokounmpo, it's going to be a long night for your team on the defensive end. So you know you got to get back on the other end of the floor and start talking. Start talking on the other end of the floor about what you're going to do against him when he comes on the court on the offensive end. Thon Maker had 5 points, 3 rebounds, the 4 assists and 2 blocks. I feel like he could contribute a little bit more with his size. By him being like a 7'1" or 7'2" big man. All these guys want to shoot threes on the big man. So they talk about how the 15-footers are a lost art in our game. Let's talk about the big man being a stink. They don't want to go down low and bang no more. Go down there and bang. Make your bread. You're 7'2". You need more than 5 points if you're going to play 17 minutes in this league. Tony Snell, once again, another great game. He had 14 points, 2 rebounds. Greg Monroe, he had 18 points. I was fine with the 18 points. The one thing I wasn't satisfied with, that he had 4 rebounds as a 7-footer or a 6'11" guy. You got to give me more than 4 rebounds if you're out there playing basketball. You have to. I need to see more. You run down the floor, but if you want to win, you got to bring the same intensity the Milwaukee Bucks played in game 1. They should have came with that same intensity in game 2, which they did, but it didn't match up as the same as they had in the first previous game. Malcolm Brogdon, he had 7 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. We know the other night he had about 13 points. We need to see him get double digits. So you need more for your team. You know, Dellavedova didn't have a good shooting night. He was terrible. He was 3 for 10 from the 3-point line. So you're not gonna win like that. You're not gonna win like that. They had 30 bench points, and I love bench points because this lets you know, can your team relish the moment, step up into that spotlight, and take some of the heat off their starters. And they still not getting good production from the bench. You know, the series is tied 1-1. Next time they play would be Thursday in Toronto. I'm just looking at the game where I seen that the urgency from the Toronto Raptors. Serge Ibaka hitting threes. DeMar Carroll hitting threes. Valanciunas is banging. DeMar DeRozan not letting his team go home, putting up that fight. Kyle Lowry then came through, but which is big, that Kojo, better known as Corey Joseph, had 11 points, which is definitely huge for his team to give another lift to Kyle Lowry. Because you know Kyle Lowry in game 1, he only had 4 points. He had a bad shooting night. You're going to get them bad shooting nights, you know. For some reason, Kyle Lowry has bad game 1s in the first round of the playoffs for some reason. He don't shoot the ball that well in game 1s. I don't know if he had been thinking about shooting the ball, but one thing I learned about when I played basketball, the coach would say, when you get the ball, don't think about it. If you're going to shoot it, shoot it. If you're going to pass it, pass it. Don't second guess what you're going to do on the floor. If you're going to shoot the ball, shoot the ball. Don't think about your move. Like I said, DeMar Carroll, I don't like the guy's game. I mean,
The reason I say this is because they gave him all this money and he still managed to score 9 points in the playoffs. Last game he had 7. I mean, come on, guy. Like, you in the starting lineup. They give you $60-some million. You know something you can put up 7 to 9 points a game. I'm gonna be honest with these guys. The GMs is paying these guys the money, or the owners are sitting down talking to these guys, giving them money. A lot of these guys in the NBA are not worth top-notch dollar. A DeMario Carroll, I'm giving this guy a 3-year deal, $25 million. He's not worth no $60-some million. I'm just being honest. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. He's just not worth no $60-some million. Serge Ibaka, he's flaky. Like I said, he had a great game last night. 16.7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 blocks. But still, he need to be in the paint banging with the big guys. I don't need you shooting threes. Get in the paint and bang. That's why you hurt the team. Yeah, you could. Yeah, even though your threes is falling, you can still hurt the team by missing threes. Hurt the other team by grabbing rebounds and putting the ball back into the goal so you can go to the free throw line. The whole object of the game is, yes, who can score the more points, but the other object of the game is to get that other team in foul trouble as quickly as possible. Valanciunas had a good game. You know, the other night, he had 9 points, 9 rebounds. So last night, he had 10 points, 10 rebounds. Which I could take the 10 points, 10 rebounds, but he still do more. Do a little bit more. Need to see more rebounds. Need to be more active. No, need more blocks. DeMar DeRozan gonna do what DeMar DeRozan do. We know he don't have a great shot. You know, it's a knock on him. He had 23 points, 7 assists. My bad. 23.7 rebounds, 3 assists. Like I said, DeMar DeRozan gonna do what DeMar DeRozan is gonna do. He's gonna slash the hole, gonna get buckets. He's gonna hit that little 10-foot range shot that is pretty much money most of the time. But when he's off, he's off. But when he's on, that's a scary dude. Kyle Lowry, like I said, he had a bad game the other night. 4 points. He had 22 points last night, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. But the one thing he hit that big shot with 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter to put his team up 106 to 100. I mean, Kyle Lowry wanted that shot. He wanted to win that game for his team. So, like I said, which is key, the Raptors out-rebounded the Milwaukee Bucks 34-28. Rebounds is everything, and so is missed free throws. So you got to make free throws. You have to make free throws in this league. This ain't regular season, we beat you and we see you down the line. No. This is game about, if I beat you, we know we one step away from eliminating you from the playoffs. And like I said, series tied up. Final score of that game, Raptors 106, Milwaukee Bucks 100. Next game we play Thursday. Get into the second game, game 2. Like I said, I told you guys yesterday. I said yesterday I told you to last night game. I was like, well, I'm going with the Bulls to beat the Celtics. I know people are probably like, nah, no way, Dante. The number 1 seed. That can't happen. I said at the end of the day, the Chicago Bulls still have an NBA champions in Rajon Rondo and Dwayne Wade. Rondo played there and won a championship in Boston on that very floor. Dwayne Wade been to Boston and eliminated a Rondo team with a LeBron James on the Miami Heat. So these two guys know what it takes to get these guys over the hump. Dwayne Wade never lost, to my knowledge, an NBA first round playoff games. That's pretty impressive, if that, to my knowledge. And just knowing that Rondo wanted this game, the way he came out there as a game buster, he wasn't letting the Bulls gonna lose that game. He rallied them troops together, him and D-Wade, and got them boys going. Like I said, the key part about this game was, I keep telling everybody, the matchup. Robin Lopez and Al Horford. Like I said, Al Horford had a good game last game. He had like 19 points and 14 rebounds? Like I said, excuse me, he doesn't really show up all the time in the playoffs. Robin Lopez, the big fella, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals and a block. He's a big guy, and he can shoot the shot. Rondo even was hitting yesterday. He had 11 points, 9 rebounds, 14 assists, 5 steals. 14 assists, which is a Chicago Bulls playoff record in the Bulls uniform. And like I said, for them to win games, Meritovich had to play a big role, which he did. He played big. He was on the glass. He had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and he was playing defense with 2 blocks. And he had 13 points. Last game, he only had 7. So if you can get that for him every game, every night, and every game from him from here on in the playoffs, the Bulls can actually Bulls will get out the first round with no problem. Jimmy Butler, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. They was playing defense. Defense. Defense wins games and also championships. And we know that this guy that came off the bench for the Chicago Bulls, Zipster, 16 points, draining threes, going to the hole, going to the free throw line. Like I said, you have to make playoff adjustments if you're trying to get your next up. Some teams don't make adjustments. Some teams just roll with the punch and say, you know what? I'm going to stick it out with these guys and see what we can do. Then before you know, you be down 0-2, 0-3. Next thing you know, you playing the game of your life, a brink of elimination game. So right now, the Celtics are playing with fire right now. They got to switch something up because they're not getting the production from their guys. The guys I'm talking about on the Boston Celtics is Amir Johnson. Again, I'm going to sit back and tell you why. 4 points and 2 rebounds for a guy that played 26 minutes. 4 points, 2 rebounds. The other night, he had 4 points and 5 rebounds. So what I'm saying, it's time to make some adjustments. You have to sit him down, insert Kelly Olynyk into your lineup, because last night Kelly Olynyk had 11 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal off the bench. You got to put Amir Johnson on the bench. He's not giving you no production out there on the floor. There's no way he has 4 points and 2 rebounds, and the other night 4 points, 5 rebounds. You cannot live like that. Like they said, it was like the team was quitting out there. They was giving up on plays. This is not the Boston Celtics team I was accustomed to watching during the regular season. This team was scrappy, hustling down the floor, not giving you no second or third chance shots. Now all of a sudden, they are giving up these second chance stops, these second chance shots. You have Marcus Smart out there giving up on defense, sticking up his middle finger at fans in the crowd. Don't worry about the fans in the crowd. You didn't come here to see them. They came here to see you. So get back on defense. Play your game. Don't let people talk you out your game. That's one thing I always learn. You never let nobody talk you out your game. You get back on the side of the defensive floor and play defense. Because with that, you guys look like y'all about to go home. You had last night 13 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. They need you out there. Get your head out your butt and get back on defense. Don't worry about the fans. It's all good. It's basketball. They're going to boo you. They're going to cheer you. That's what fans do. That's why the game is fun. Avery Bradley, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and still the block. Same stats Avery Bradley going to give you in and night out. Al Horford, like I said earlier before, in this Bulls segment, I was talking about 7 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, a block, and a steal. That's what he's going to give you. He's not going to bang a lot down in the post. He's a finesse power forward center who want to shoot the 3 and the 15-footer. They need you inside banging, bro. They need you inside banging with them guys. Put the front court in foul trouble. You're not doing that. You want to shoot threes. That was your biggest downfall in Atlanta. You want to shoot threes and want to shoot the long 15, 18-foot jumpers. They need you in the post. Big fella, you're not banging. Isaiah Thomas, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He's still playing with a heavy heart, and he still got to fight. And his teammates is not showing up to that fight. He's the only one showing up with gloves on. Everybody got their gloves off. He's not quitting on his team. The biggest lead last night, the Bulls was up by 19 points. And, they cut the lead down to 8, and the Bulls went back up. And Celtics. I don't know what to say about the Boston Celtics. Celtics let this got outscored. Celtics let them score 31 points in the first quarter, which is huge. And you let them score 32 points in the second quarter. You cannot let a team score 31 in the first and 31 in the third, because that's the difference of who can win the game, pretty much the battle. If you win the first quarter and win the third quarter, pretty much you're going to win the ball game. Pretty much always look at the first team to score 30 points in the first or third quarter pretty much wins the game. Mostly like 87% of the time. Like I said, 38 bench points from the Celtics, and they still lost, and 25 bench points came from the Bulls, and the Bulls still managed to win. Rondo out there, gotta go back to Rondo. Not let his team. If you notice, Rondo, every time the team have a dead ball, or the opposing team or his team, he bring his troops together in a huddle like they in college basketball. Let them know, hey, I got you. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do this. Let's get it together. Let's get this win. And they believe in him. He's a quarterback out there. He's a quarterback. Him and Wade is a quarterback. That's what they do. This would make champions champions. Champions make other players believe in themselves. They don't have no champions over there in the Boston Celtics to believe in themselves. They're not doing that. They pointing fingers at each other. So with that being said, the next game is Friday, and I'm going with the Bulls to go up 3-0. And just let you know, before I go to the next segment, Bulls shot 78% from the free throw line, and the Celtics shot a terrible 57%. So let's get on to the game last night. The third game. The Utah Jazz and the Los Angeles Clippers. One thing I'm going to say, Rudy Gobert is injured. He's missing right now. This will be the first game he's going to miss. He totally is missing 2 games. So he's going to miss this game and the next game they will play. So he should be ready to go for game 4. I'm looking at it whereas Gordon Hayward had 20 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Doing what he can do to get his guys together. Boris Diaw had 7 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists in the block. Derek Favors, 13 points, 7 rebounds in the block. Now, with Derek Favors, the other game he was beast mode. He should have had at least a double-double. Got to keep DeAndre Jordan off the boards. The Clippers team, they are beatable. They still missing that 3 that they really need. But you just can't let DeAndre Jordan go all around and start catching alley-oops on you guys. You can't let him do that. Joe Ingles, 9 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. I need for Joe Ingles to get at least, for them to win this game without Rudy Gobert the next couple of games, he got at least give me 13 or 14 points. George Hill, I need to see more from George Hill. 12 points ain't cutting it from a point guard. George Hill got to at least give me 18 points. The rebounds and assists are going to be there because he's a quick little nifty point guard. Joe Johnson had 13 points and nothing else to go with it. No rebounds or no assists. So we just need to see a little bit more Rodney Hood. If I was the Utah Jazz, I know they got Joe Ingles out there for defensive purposes. I think Quinn Snyder, which is my coach of the year, I think Quinn Snyder should move Joe Ingles to the bench and bring Rodney Hood into the lineup. Just to spread the floor out, just the quickness of Rodney Hood. And by that, too, he's a left-handed shooter. Most left-handed shooters in the league are pretty deadly, from the Dirk Nowinskis and the James Hardens and Isaiah Thomas. Them guys are pretty deadly shooters. Put Rodney Hood in, put Joe Ingles on the bench, so you can have another person come on the bench for defensive purposes. That's what I like to see. The bench scored 30 points last night. And I thought they was about to make a run last night to win the game. And they ain't doing all this without Rudy Gobert. They need you out there, big fella, get well. If I feel like they had Rudy Gobert out there, the Utah Jazz probably be up 2-0. Easily. But the Clippers found some way to win last night. But it's hard to be the team as in the Clippers because the Clippers shot 67% from the field. They was on fire. Miles Boutte had 4 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. I keep saying this, you got to find some way to start Paul Pierce. I would love to see Paul Pierce starting right now at the 3 spot. I mean, he might not be the same Paul Pierce, but at the end of the day, his nickname is the truth. He's not going to give you no false allegation plays out there. He's going to do everything to a T. I would put him out there. He probably lost a little speed, but just to have him out there to slow the tempo of the game down, which is definitely fine because I know he's gonna hit a big shot. He will hit big shots. Blake Griffin played a great game, but he should have had more. He should have had a double double. I'm giving these guys credit and I'm taking stuff away. He had 24 points, 5 rebounds. Blake Griffin should have at least 10 rebounds, folks. Easily 10 rebounds. But he had 5 rebounds, 2 assists in the block. He should be more aggressive. DeAndre Jordan played a huge game last night. 18 points, 15 boards, an assist in the block. He was all over the glass last night, and he was catching up by alley-oops, a lot of putbacks. He does what DeAndre Jordan does, because game one, he had a good game like that. So without the big fella on the Utah Jazz side, he can get more. I just knew by the second or third play of the game when they threw that alley-oop, I'm looking, yeah, Chris Paul said this game pretty much over. And that's what they did. And J.J. Redick had another bad game. Doc. No to your Doc Rivers. Glenn Rivers. Sit J.J. Redick on the bench. 4 points again. You got to sit him down. You got to put in J.C. You got to put in Jay Crossover, a.k.a. Jamal Crawford. You got to put him in the lineup. J.J. Redick's not cutting, giving you 4 points. He can't get around screens that well. Like I said, he has one move, which is a screen for him to get a 3-point shot. That's all he can do. Pick and roll to his spot to a 3-point shot. And then they are on him. Joel Ingles is on him. Sit him down. Put in Jamal Crawford. Jamal Crawford had 10 points last night, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Put him in the game. Put him in the starting lineup. That way you can build up a lead. So if you bring J.J. Redick off the bench with the second unit, he will be fine. Trust me. I seen you do it before. I know you can do it. Put J.J. on the bench and insert Jamal Crawford. Chris Paul had a hell of a game last night. 21 points, 10 assists, 2 rebounds, 3 steals, and a block. Chris Paul. They had a hell of a game last night. They went in with the game plan. Went in as game busters. The Clippers out-rebounded the Utah Jazz 60-38. The Utah Jazz never led throughout the game. The biggest lead the Clippers had last night was 13 points. But they only won the game by 8. Man, getting out-rebounded like that 60-38, wow. Wow. Can you say glass cleaners? You know, my little line I've been using here lately. The Utah Jazz is Windex. The Clippers was the towel. Just wiping them away. Give me this. I'm taking this off this glass. Give me this rebound. Offensive and defensive rebounds. Like I said, rebound wins games and so do free throws. The Utah Jazz need to find something different. They need to get more production out of their big man, a little bit more play out their guard play. Gordon Hayward, he's playing big. He's playing big. But like I said, it's time to put Mal Bute on the bench and insert Paul Pierce. I'm just looking for a little bit more from each game, breaking it down where they could have won the game at points. The way the Clippers was playing defense, they was forcing Utah to a lot of bad shots, and that's not a Utah game. Utah don't get forced with a lot of bad shots. So they came out with a sense of urgency. They don't want to go home. The Clippers don't want to go home. They don't want to go down 0-2. So they got to find some way to win the next game. If they play like this, the Clippers might win game 3. The game is going back to Utah. I'm looking forward to Utah to come out with a victory at home in game 3. So with that being said, Bucks almost could have pulled it off, but they took some late shots. The Celtics then gave up, and the Clippers out-rebounded the Jazz 60-38. Tonight's game that is on tap on NBA TV at 7 o'clock. The Atlanta Hawks take on the Washington Wizards. The second game, TNT, 8 o'clock. Oklahoma City Thunder, Houston Rockets. 2 MVPs or 2 potential MVPs are going at it. Third game, TNT, 10:30. Portland Trail Blazers taking on the Four-Headed Monsters. of the Golden State Warriors. Um, tonight's game for Atlanta Hawks and the Wizards. I'm looking for the Hawks to bounce back and get a win tonight. Maybe we see a little different game from Dwight Howard. Paul Millsap gonna adjust his game. We're gonna see Paul Millsap with more than 19 points and 9 rebounds from his game one. So I'm looking for them to bounce back. OKC Thunder and the Rockets. On the depends what Thunder team shows up. Will we get that triple double? Russell Westbrook team to show up to get a win, or will we get that feisty Houston Rockets team that led the league in 3-pointers attempts and 3-pointers made? We're gonna see. Will we get what's gonna happen in the third game tonight? Will the four-headed juggernaut monsters of the Golden State Warriors, will they come up with a game plan due to the left strain, calf muscle, and Kevin Durant's leg? Or will we see the Portland Trailblazers of old with CJ McCollum and Dame Time Lillard with their 30-plus point game performances? I'm looking for the Trailblazers to at least steal a game on the Warriors floor. If they don't win tonight, go down 0-2, they might as well get ready to go home and get swept. So there you have it, folks. You know who I am. It's your boy Tay Wiggs. I'm signing out. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.